get one know we know because we one more day in the matrix, one more day upon the ground, one more day if we promote world peace, not stop it till the kingdom come. All who said them never know me, yes you gonna know me now. Because I'm here to fulfill prophecy, I'm gonna show you how. Sing along. One more day in the matrix, one more day upon the ground, one more day if we promote world peace, not stop it till the kingdom come. Hey, all who said they never know me, yes you gonna know me now. Because we're here to fulfill prophecy, we gonna show you how planet Earth. One more day in the matrix, one more day upon the ground, one more day if we promote world peace, not stop it till the kingdom come. Say what? All who said they never know we, yes they gonna know we now. Because we're here to fulfill prophecy, we gonna show you how planet Earth. One more day in the matrix, one more day upon the ground, one more day if we promote world peace, not stop it till the kingdom come. Devil say him never know me, yes him a gonna know me now. Because we're here to fulfill prophecy, and we gonna show you how planet Earth. One more day in the matrix, come on. One more day upon the ground, hey, hey. One more day if we promote world peace, not happy till the kingdom come. Study devil, them never know we. Then them gonna know we now. Because we're here to fulfill prophecy, how we show you how planet Earth. One more day in the matrix, one more day upon the ground, one more day if we promote world peace, not stop it till the kingdom come. Yeah, my people, welcome man to Crashing the Matrix, you know. That's what this video is about today. We're crashing the matrix. We all doing it together, you know, with our mindset, with our way of life, with our belief, with our positive energy. Rise of the indigo. World peace is guaranteed onto planet Earth. Every day, non-stop, promote world peace until eternity. Love on the planet Earth. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever in the world you are. It's Jamogins, aka World Peace God, and today we're gonna crash the matrix. We're gonna fulfill prophecy. And where should I start from? I'm starting from me, and it like why I believe that this speech can, crash the matrix or fulfill prophecy. So basically, I was just reading up, this is a report from my mental nurse, because when I had an episode last year, March, when I was, chanting inside my house, really loud. I think it went on for a week. I was saying, free my people immediately, or else 20,000 years with a volcano, I literally felt like I was the creator of this universe. I mean, even till today, I still feel like that, like that's what I'm going through right now. And because I don't want to take defeat and believe that I've got a mental issue, I fight back with my belief and stick to my way of thinking, so to speak, because I just believe I don't have to follow like what the next man say. If I'm realizing that I am not affecting anyone, I'm not hurting anyone, I'm not misleading anyone, so I believe that regardless, I'm still on a positive mindset, so that's where it all begins, believing that if I, because I was fighting my pain and suffering and put a belief mechanism in my head that, I'm God and I'm not gonna make this injury hold me down, and I'm gonna just, believe that I'm God and carry on the same way. So, that belief led me to be like this to the day. It's like it can't go away now. So, by reading up a while ago, and the reason for reading up, because I've got court tomorrow and there's always a fear, saying that they're gonna try and stop me from fulfilling prophecy, because that's what's in my head. No one can take that from me now. It's too late. I believe, and I, keep this belief, carry it every day, and implement it in my life. And I believe that, we are all from God, so therefore we are God Himself. And I can explain that in more detail, but I just want to get the main story out. So, reading up about what I've been diagnosed with, which is unspecified non-organic psychosis, and that's what they say, primary mental health diagnosis, ICD-10 code, and last year I had this report from last year to send to the court, and I said I'm not sending it because I googled that word when I just got this letter, and the first thing that came up on Google was about, making up my behavior for financial gain, and that got me really angry. I never research anymore. I just stick to that first thing I saw on Google, and I even rang up the doctors and tried to tell them off that, they're trying to set me up, because in my head it just feels like the authorities, them, is against me, and they don't want me to get this teaching out to the world, and they're trying to stop me, and they're gonna try and switch up my court case and try and send me to prison so they can lock me away. And it's just all of these kind of paranoid thinking, and I've been saying I need to keep myself alive because I need to, fulfill prophecy. I need to save the world, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I believe, So, I've been just literally using my mind. That's what I think, to fight back, and thinking I'm using my mind by thinking about certain stuff to make things happen, you know what I mean? So, people in society, people like me, is have mental issues, so to speak, is psycho, psycho meaning a mental person, innit? Because of your way of thinking and how you think, it's like you're not in reality, so to speak. You're in a different world, even though you're living on the planet, your mindset is out of this world, and I still, embrace it because, it helps me, and it helped me to go through my everyday, and lots of stuff what I think about as I see it happen. So I was convinced that I am doing this with my mind, and I believe there's a lot of people out there like I and I, that's even one point earlier today I said I'm gonna call this video, Rise because of the indigos, because it's just the way of thinking on it, and I'm not taking defeat and then end up that we're gonna put it in my head that okay, this is mental then, so I need to take medication or I need to just leave it alone because of the nature of the topic, which is world peace. That's what I'm believing that I am creating is world peace. So because of that, I don't want to give up. I want world peace so bad, because if everything else what I think about and I see it happen, then I need to continue to think about world peace and putting in the work to make it happen, and why should I give in to someone else saying that this is impossible and it's something what we have never attempted to do on the planet before, so my way of thinking, I said, it's needed, we need to give it a go, we cannot say it's not possible without trying it, you understand me? So I say if this is a mental thing, then I'm embracing it because it's a good mental illness, if you know what I mean, for wanting world peace and creating it, you know what I mean? So I even give the example of like, when this what led me to know what to say today, because that's how things happen for me. I meant to do this video because I said I need to do a video before I go court in case they lock me away, I need to do the video of all videos, I mean, even I'm not sure if they're gonna let it go out, but I believe what is to be has to be, so today I was on the internet only to find out that, from the age from you're born till age 7, children, is on a kind of psycho mindset where they live in like outer reality, so to speak. They imaginary, they imagine stuff, and they will believe they're superhero and all of these kind of things, and after age 7, then they lost that kind of that way of thinking. So I got the understanding from that if we are born like this, that means that's what's meant to be, because I'm living in an imaginary world right now, you understand me? But we all do every day, because it's a simple example. Like if you say you want something, say for instance you say you want to become a nurse, you imagine it before you actually started to study about it and learn to become a nurse, you understand me? So it all starts from imaginary, you imagine it within your mind, you think about it, it was invisible before it becomes a reality, you understand me? So it's the same process with this kind of thinking, we imagine in world peace and we put in the work to make it manifest, and because it's never been attempted, I believe it worth it, we have to give it a go, because we was at peace in the beginning, that's my belief. So shall it be until eternity. Understand, we just have lost our way of thinking, we lost our way of life on this planet, and it's all coming back, slowly but surely, like anything to be has to be. That's the main reason why I'm talking about this, that's the main reason why I'm bringing this topic out, like there's loads of other people out there who's bringing these topics out, world peace, like it's not impossible, rise of the indigo. It's the next, it's the level of thinking, because you have to think about something before it can actually happen into reality. If you say you want the iPhone, you have thought about it, whether you save up your own money and buy it, or you got it as a gift. But majority of the stuff then what we have achieved in what's the word, in vanity. That's the easiest word I can find at the moment. Majority of these stuff, it's we had imagine it first before it became for reality. So this is the same concept I am putting into world peace. So last year I was saying this is a breakthrough in science, and I was overwhelmed with the idea because I have manifest stuff, so I thought I'm gonna manifest world peace. I'm gonna, imagine it, put in the work so it can manifest. And this is why, I'm saying I'm planting the tree, with everyone else who's, putting world peace out there. Understand me? So it goes back down to when we were born, we were born with the creative mind. You understand me? That's why they say, we had that kind of creative mindset from birth till age 7. But that's just what's been said, what's been taught to us. Who to say it hasn't gone nowhere, it's still within us, but it's just to find it. You understand me? This way of thinking. So when the injury, what led me to this way of thinking, because I find myself just thinking a lot of negative and being negative, depressed, stressed, all of the negative stuff, so I saw these videos, because you get to research about creating what you want, can manifest what you want, as well as I kind of did have an idea about it already, because as I said, from a little boy growing up, I acknowledged that, stuff where I think about became a reality, because, I prayed that I wanted to come to England, and always thinking about England until it happened. Same way for my children, I prayed that I wanted 3 boys, and, I got 4, but, it still manifests what I really wanted. You understand me? So this way of thinking is, I believe, that's what I feel within that's where humanity is going. That's what's needed on the planet. And if we should say it's a mental way of looking into life, then we are gonna be stuck on this level, on this frequency. You understand me? So we are going higher. We're going, because we can all create. If we can use our thoughts and create simple stuff, you understand me? Like some man will say they manifest their house, they manifest car, they manifest riches. So I say world peace. This is what I want to manifest. You understand me? But it's just the power of not giving in, not giving up, even though it seems impossible. Understand me? Like, example today. The day was so bleaky. I didn't have a clue that the sun would have come out. But what I said to myself, it does look like it's gonna rain, but the sun can actually come out. Not say I'd noticed days like this before. I thought it was gonna be a complete dull day all day long, because that's exactly how the weather was. but I fight it with my thoughts and said, yeah, the sun is gonna come out, so we put that concept into world peace, even though it seems impossible. You understand me? If all of us should be on board with this kind of thinking, this mindset, and live it and, promote it, then it's gonna become our reality, and it's just simple as that. So this is why I feel the way I feel, because within I know this is possible, and I believe the authorities don't know too, and I just find a way how to crash the matrix, so to speak, and the trying to stop it. You understand me? So there's loads of stuff. I believe I rise the ancestors them would already, because I said I'm rising the ancestors, then bringing them to court with me in a lot. Just like what I think about, I believe it's possible. So because I so much believe it's possible, then it will happen. You understand me? It will play out in reality, because that's the power that we got, but we just don't know. I dream that I'll forever dream that I'm flying. You understand? So I believe that's one of the power that we have got too. Because when you really put your life outside of this body, you're going back down to an energy source. And it's so when you are energy, you are capable of doing loads of stuff, isn't it? So when the energy in this body, you can still believe that you are capable of doing loads of stuff. So even though it's diagnosed as a mental illness, I am, not taking defeat, because I don't want to. I want world peace so bad, so I gotta just bounce all the negative stuff off. Like, I would say, I use the terms like, in the Matrix. It's a movie. You are the star. You know, you star in your own show. So therefore, you know, you, when the negative stuff them come, you're gonna always end up beyond the top of with your mindset, with your thinking, so to speak. So I believe it's nothing wrong without this way of thinking, and I don't want to what's the word? Don't want the medical fraternity to be affected by this, because they do their good diligence too. They had helped me. They used to come around and talk to me and invite me to appointment and stuff. But all that time, I thought, they were trying to prevent me from creating world peace. So I always just think higher. If they're saying, you're ill, you need help, and that. I just thinking, no, I don't. Nothing wrong with this way of thinking, because it's not harming anyone, and it's helping me, and it can potentially help others, because if we all come together and think like this, then we will eventually get world peace, because that's what we need. That's the next step, what we need on the planet, and we have pretty much accomplished, what most stuff, what I mean? So world peace is to benefit us and to benefit the planet mostly, look after the planet, because when we have peace, then we won't have this competitive behavior where we, envy and grudge, and, all of the negative stuff will be gone, so we will end up looking after Mama Earth, looking after ourselves, so we can come back again, so to speak, because in my way of thinking, that's what I believe in. I believe when you come and you don't get this awakening, this kind of, I should put it in the terms like a spiritual awakening, then when you pass away, you come back again because you haven't passed your test, you know. So for me, when I look at myself in the afterlife, like I can't even put my brain to that level, you know. I can see myself as a god, like, you know. So therefore, I got times where I say, you have to pass through me in order to pass through the gate, you know what I mean? So if, you know, anyone tried to stop this or tried to hurt me or my family or just, you know, nothing negative towards I will be there in the afterlife to tell you that, you know, you had failed your test, so you need to go back and try again, you know what I mean? And, you know, it's just as simple as that. That's why I say it's forgiveness, you know, because I believe the negativeness what's going on the planet, it is needed to wake us up, you know, because we are obviously asleep while we live like this on the planet, you know. So I say I'm fully awake because I'm now creating world peace. So that's the highest level ever, you know what I mean? And, you know, because of my way of thinking, I don't need another person to tell me. It's a knowing feeling, you know, because you connect to the ultimate energy, you know what I mean, with this kind of thinking, you know. So it's just in these ways I can explain, like, my psychosis. I think people go through different forms of psychosis, you know, but, you know, I have been past the worst, to be honest, you know, because my paranoia is today is completely going today, you know, but there's some days when it's like over the roof. I mean, all this week, you know, it's been on a steady level, and I wonder why, to be honest, because all these months, you know, from last year, you know, when it really got bad, it was just so weird in the feeling of being paranoid and thinking like, I gotta stay alive, I can't make nothing happen to me because I am the one to save the world, you know, I am the one to fulfill prophecy, not just me, but me and everyone else on the planet, you know, by putting the message out and we all get an understanding of it and come on board to make it possible for the betterment of humanity, you understand me? So I believe it is a good thing, you know, this is where we are going. And, you know, I have had a video out there on this channel, promoting World Peace channel, you know, where Psychotic episode got coconut ritual, and there's been stuff said what when I look back on it, I don't agree with it, you know, and I believe it's a very powerful video, it's a powerful speech, even though, you know, some people might say some of the stuff they want to say is negative, because I had a conversation with my friend yesterday, you know, we were talking about controlling of the population and he disagreed, you know, and this is how we're going to get world peace. We have to sit down and talk, you know, we have to go back to the drawing table and talk about the best solution to maintain population control, you know what I mean, so we can create a peaceful world, more than killing and creating wars and poisoning and all of the negative stuff that we do to each other. You understand me? And I only say that to say, because you're reading and you're watching and you're seeing, you're getting a lot of information about secret organization and all of you know anything negative, so to speak. And apparently secret organization, they think they're doing good because they think they're controlling population, and the reason for controlling population is to look after the planet, because if they left it up to us, so to speak, we are just gonna ruin it. You know what I mean? Like, so I believe that, my friend was getting like aggressive in the conversation, but I'm trying to explain that's the way of thinking, because I was showing him that, you can put something in your arm to prevent you from getting pregnant, so you can control the population through that manner. But because he's still in God belief, he's expecting God, so he's saying it was meant to be like this. So we should just leave nature to be. You understand me? But we have been leaving nature to be, and we've been taught to expect the creator, and we are creator of ourselves, we all what we have created down here on the planet is us. We did it. You understand me? We are from that energy source, that God energy, what everyone is expecting. We are that God, you understand me? That's my belief, so don't get it twisted, you understand me? And there's loads of other people who's on this way of thinking too, because it's just a waking up for humanity, I believe, so if we are from that God mindset, that God frequency, that God energy, so to speak, God created us, so we have got a major issue down here on the planet. So we have to come together and come up with ways and ideas how to solve it, and it's in a positive way, not in a negative way, by allowing us to come and then you murder and kill us and all of that, what I mean? So if we can prevent the river to flow, if I could explain it in that way, what I mean? Prevent out the speed of the river then, so to speak, and prevent the speed of all humanity coming, because we having, thousands of millions of kids per day, and it's we need land, we need resources, we need oil, gas, food, everything. So therefore, if we continue like this, we're ruining our home. You understand me? We're ruining it by, taking out the resources. My friends say, you know, even my wife, could they bring some good point forward by saying, the earth, nothing wrong with the earth gonna heal itself. You understand me? It's just things gonna happen to us, what I mean? And they might have a point there. You understand me? But what you gonna do about the chaos of the war and the crime and all the negative stuff, what's affecting us as humanity? You understand me? We have to put a solution to that, because say for instance, if you make the world free, like everyone have money so they can afford stuff, then that's more, what I mean, that's gonna make the population more increased, because everyone can afford to have 20 kids and everyone gonna be buying a house and car, and it's gonna be more demands for stuff. You understand me? So you gotta look, you have to think about Mother Earth and what you can do for Mother Earth, because this is our mother. This is what we survive of the planet. You know what I mean? So we gotta look after it for our next generation to keep on coming and make it a never ending process. Because in my way of thinking, I believe, it's like we are energy, and in order to come down here on the planet, we have to come we have to put on this body in it, I call it like this pair of shoes, but by the time we put on the shoes, we kind of lost our way, but it's just simple, in my views. You just teach the youngers them, about world peace, because if you had born in a world where there was just peace, that's all you're gonna know. I believe so, right? That's all you're gonna know. You've been taught peace and love and righteousness from the day you're born. You don't see nothing negative around you. You understand me? Maybe the animals them is gonna be a bit hard to put under control, but we just can give it a go too, because why we think that is impossible? We are creators. You know what I mean? And maybe if the animals them see we live in loving, they will just follow us as well. You understand? So if you're born in a world where there's just a positive energy, just a positive vibration, you won't got no sense of negative in it, because you're just gonna be seeing and learning, and this is what's been taught to us. You understand me? So if we create a world like that, then that's how we're gonna change the dynamic of the thinking, so to speak. No one, the younger generation, them, after over a period of years, because it's not going to just happen overnight. You have to be teaching it in the school, in the church, in the mosque, living it. Everything they brainwash into world peace, just like how they brainwash into everything else. You understand me? Now, religion and everything else, in my views, because I don't want to say nothing to offend no one. We are coming from a godly mindset, a God way of thinking. In my views, I believe this is what God would want. This is what God would want, peace on the planet, isn't it? So, that's why last year I behaved in such a manner, because I had no control, to be honest. It just exploded out on me. And I'll tell you something. When I was chanting and going on in that manner, I felt a genuine power took me over. I felt I was growing like tall and taller. I say in my life, like, I don't know if it's a mental feeling, but I'm not taking defeat in my thinking and think it's a mental feeling and da. I just think it's my power, it's my godly power. That's how to rise it up. You understand me? Because I know what I feel. You understand me? At first, yeah, my wife don't want me to talk the story, but we was making love, right? And energy through her took me over like something I never felt before. You understand me? And that's where we come from, right? Out the womb. You understand me? Out of this dark place, out of this universe, from the princess, the empress, the queens. You know what I mean? They are the specialty on the planet. You understand me? That's why it's, them and Mother Earth. That without them, there wouldn't be us. We all need each other. You understand me? So that's when, I felt something special what I never felt before, with my wife that night. And I cuddled her up and I was crying and I like apologizing to her, about all the wrongdoings what I've done. You know what I mean? It was like a rebirth. So because I just launched my Jimmy TV, and even that in itself, Jimmy TV is, when I Google it, it's so powerful, you understand me? But I will Google, yeah, I've got it on Google now on my phone. I will read it out, later on in this, video. I want it to be, it lasts for an hour or less, so I'm really speeding it up. Don't want it to be a long and drag out video, So I had the channel on Facebook, Jimmy TV, and I said, I'm promoting world peace, so something special has happened to me, and I'm gonna discuss it on the channel. And it was late in the night, so I went downstairs, started to record. I think I had the laptop, I was recording on the laptop, and I was on Facebook Live on my phone, I believe, right? And I was explaining my story, I had the phone like this, and I was explaining my story, right? And, yeah, during explaining the story, I, got emotional, you know what I mean? Got emotional, and I was like, free my people, immediately, free my people, emotional. Apparently my mouth was fraught up because other people who witnessed this was telling me, and the next thing I know, that electrical, when I say electrical, like, when you get shocked by electric, but this was not no normal electric, this was like high voltage, yeah, took me over, and I was like, I wanted, now at this point, I wanted to chuck the phone in it, because as well as I was speaking as if I was speaking to an energy, like whatever came in my thought, I was repeating it through, through the Facebook Live, and I was, saying, this energy is telling me what to say and telling me what to do, because, that's how I was trying to explain to people then. But this electrical feeling took me over, that I got frightened in it, and I was like, what's happening to me? What's happening to me? And I tried to chuck the phone, and I couldn't chuck the phone, and the phone was like this. And I'm like, trying to chuck the phone because I didn't want to be seen being like that on social media, I think that was my first tears on social media, And something in my mind, said to me, this is God energy, embrace it. You understand me? And once I heard that, I was like, I think I even verbally said it. I was like, turn up in this jam again. Embrace God. Hold on upon God energy, and show them say you can handle it. You know what I mean? That's what I started to think, and I just, started to say, free my people immediately, or else 20,000 years worth of volcano. You understand me? And since that day, it's just made me feel like, God has come into me, what I mean, and got me, promoting world peace, and, giving me ideas how to make this possible. You understand me? So, it's just simple explanation like that, and I hope, people understand. It's not just to give in and say, oh, this is a mental thing, because the signs are there, I mean, who have done a lot of research within to themselves as much as researching others, because you should start from yourself first, to be honest, and don't really, question stuff, because this is what I do, I just say, oh, you know what, the Bible says so that's how it goes. I question that too, and your own common sense will, give you the answer, I mean, and once it's positive, in the benefit of humanity, then it's gotta be good. You understand me? It's gotta be from the creator, the God within. You understand me? That's how I can explain it. So everything was like a built up for me. You understand? Yeah, I had that happen to me in 2021. But this kind of feeling, this belief, godly thinking mindset took me over from like, it was like just a built up, you understand? So when I created Jimmy TV, this wasn't me, like, I've seen a lot of Jimmy name now, and just today I've seen it. Before when I searched, it was just only one Jimmy, which was mine. You understand me? Now I've seen Jimmy, which been on YouTube for 5 years or more. And I'm thinking, oh, I never saw that before. And cause I wanted to, pay for the brand so I could, sell stuff in the name of Jonathan, create a business. So I had Googled to find out if this name's been owned, because I created it. That's why I done a video. The first video was, introducing Jumit on TikTok, you know, JUMIT TV, and I said it was UK first black-owned TV station, but even though we are black-owned, the whole world is part of this, you understand me? And I meant it, I mean, it wasn't just looking viewers or nothing. This was coming from the heart, you understand me? Like, I want world peace, and creating it, you understand me? And this is how it's done. I'm telling you, planet Earth, as mad as I think we might be, this is how it's done. Yeah, this is the ultimate power what we've got, and mankind are waking up anyway. So there's a lot of weird stuff coming out what people might think weird, but it's just the time. It could be no other time but this time. So I came up with Jimmy TV by just lying in my bed, and I thought of join, which is the J, and the U for us, and the M for managing, and the I for intelligent, and the T for teaching. You understand me? And I call it, I put on the TV, which is for television, but I have recently changed it to truth vision. You know what I mean? So I came up with this idea. You understand me? I came up with this name. So it was just thinking big, like, yeah, I haven't seen no black-owned TV station in Britain, so why not create one? And I genuinely believe and still want to create this TV station, to benefit humanity. So when you Google Jumit, now you're gonna find a lot of Jumit in it, but I just type in Jumit meaning, and it takes me to this saying. I don't know, this probably is not visible to the camera. Let's see. No. See Jumit up the top there. Anyway, I read it out. What does Jumit stand for? The essence of the given name Jumit stands for innovation, independence, determination, courage, sincerity, and activity. And the list goes on. What does Jumit mean? It is often strong personalities who have this name, energetic, charismatic, didn't say that properly, ambitious and focused, born to be executive. If they have true passion for something, they can give everything for it. However, this also works both ways. If others want to force onto them things which do not inspire, they can totally refuse to go along. In regard to love, they like to have varied and new experiences if possible. Possible, right? And the list goes on. What is the meaning of Jumit? Your immense ambitions make you want to be the best. A competitive type of unusually gives everything they have in order to win. Strong self-confidence about your ability make this possible. Such quality help Jimmy tackle all difficulties and solve problems in a leading forward-thinking manner. People around you will invariably, I never heard that word before, invariably notice your leadership trends and submit to your authority. It all comes down to your confidence that shine like a bright light. Everybody loves shining things. Taking on new responsibilities have never been burden to you. Instead, you seek out new challenge to show your talent. Courageous in making hard decisions and ready to act fast when needed, always up to date with competition. Having the courage to show your talent is not natural for many. Mental strength is one of your greatest weapons. Even even in face of defeat, you never waver and simply move on towards achieving the set goal. Their strength develops particularly good when working alone or working in a team where they are the leader. Like all humans, you wish for support from friends as well as employees, but careful of trying to do everything yourself. Sometimes it is best to accept help when it's offered. I read one more because the list goes on and on and on. you know, Name Jumit meaning people with this name are blessed with many leadership abilities. Someone who wants to explore new horizon and have the freedom to make their own decision. This might be the reason why you never want to submit to the will of others. Prioritizing independence to such a high degree can have its disadvantage. When realize your idea or project, there is a certain degree of aggressiveness. Like a warrior who marches into war, you want to win. Only the first place can quell your thirst. As a strong personality, you know what you want. People appreciate your positive and creative characteristic. When striving for success, your ambition has no limit. It is easy for you to motivate yourself to achieve a goal. Moreover, you are constantly ready to fully apply and to develop yourself. Never would you expect that something is given without effort. Full of energy and determination, you are an impressive force of nature. People can get easily inspired by simply working by your side. See that planet Earth, all positivity in it from Jimmy. So uh, come on board, you know what I mean? I can't convince you no more. That is Google there, you know what I mean? That is, you know, the World Dictionary so far. You can look up this word in a book or wherever you find it, you know. I know it's a positive thing. Even there's a place called Jimmy, you know what I mean? A country, you know. I need to research into that more, but I lie down in my bed and came up with this name by, you know, saying join us managing intelligent teaching, you know, TV, True Vision. So, you know, and when I Googled it and I saw the positivity of it, I was more overwhelmed, you know, like, you know, this is God, you know, it's only God would, you know, give me these ideas and want me to put this topic out there. It's only the positive energy, you know what I mean? So I am convinced, you know, that world peace is guaranteed, you know, and if I take defeat, then it's you know, it's a losing battle. If I take defeat in my thinking, then, you know, who to say this is not the simplest way to bring peace on earth without any war and chaos and, you know what I mean, bombing and killing each other. to make peace, we just use our mind and think it and just talk. Our words sound and power, you know what I mean? And, crash the matrix and create world peace, So that's what I and I are doing, that's why I am sticking to what I believe in, you understand me? That's why I'm doing what I'm doing, and it's a level, like, even though people might think, you're mental or you got mental issue, you just look at them like, they are my babies. No disrespect to humanity, but it's the this thinking level in it, like, you know, you're not disrespecting anyone, but you're like, okay, I'm awake and they're asleep, so to speak, because in reality that's what really going on, like people control who's controlled by negative force, because I was in that place too, I know I'm not, so I know what both lever feels like, you understand me, the positive and the negative, from a little bit out, from a little boy I've been, you know, like spiritual, I mean, and I can't do nothing about it, that's how I was born, so if you have been created for this purpose, you understand me, you have no control over it, you have to do what you have to do, your positivity. If you are, not saying you should give in to negativity, but the negativity help to push people in this awakening, what I mean? So now that we have find a way out to stay positive, you understand me? So that's where we should all put our mindset to, what I mean, to make it happen, because it's possible. We can't just give in and say, what, we are sick, we were born to be bad, so, what I mean? Because if you are born in a world where there is only positive, that's all you know, that's what you're gonna live by, that's all you're gonna be, that's all you know. But because you're born in a world where there's positive and negative, some people have chose the negative, what I mean? So, and with everything else in life, what will tempt you and, what I mean, make you want to do wrong in order to get your way, in order to achieve, that's where, the negativity will take you over, what I mean? So if we create a world where there is no reason to be like that, so to speak, no reason to be envy, no reason to bad mind, no reason to grudge, no reason to kill, no reason to steal, you understand me, then we left with a peaceful set of person. We are all gonna be peaceful human being, because there won't be nothing to tempt us, and there won't be the negative, so to speak, because we're gonna just make the field level for everybody, to benefit all humanity. So we just teach positivity to the younger generation then, so it can continue, what I mean? So it's back to my point of, controlling population. I'm not saying to murder and kill off humanity, but it can't be, like, my friend was having this explanation, like I said, if you don't ejaculate within the you know, if you pull out and you put it one side, it's still the same dead, so if you put something in your arm to prevent the woman from getting pregnant and stuff like that, then, it's less cruel in my views. We just controlling the water, we controlling, the flood of how we come down here on the planet. We just, make it controllable, so we don't have to use up the resources of the planet to survive, because we are so much, so we need so much from the planet to survive. It's the world peace solution is for Mother Earth. It's gonna, help Mother Earth more than anything else, because we are looking after our mother. You understand? We're looking after, you know, this is where we survive from when we come down here in the flesh. This is, we need food, we need water, we need all sorts of stuff to carry on, So it's just a way of thinking, understand me? And I'm grateful to kind of, I believe, I'm explaining it in a way where most people will get it, who don't get it. You just have to watch the video again and again, and you might get it. And the main thing to do is just want good, just want good, want peace, want love, want righteousness over the planet, and then, you know, that positive energy will take you over, because you genuinely want good on the planet. You understand? So say, I'll give an example, God will take you over. You will find God from within when you genuinely want peace and love and righteousness on this planet for each and every human being, not just for yourself or your family. Because when I talk to people, some people just pray for them and their family. They pray for them and their loved ones. You know what I mean? And I believe that's selfish. You should pray for the whole world. You know what I mean? Pray for all of it to be at peace. Pray for love, abundant love amongst humanity. You know what I mean? We've been taught to be this way. We've been taught to be selfish, Okay. So I'm gonna just pause. Yes, I've been interrupted by the kids, so I usually allow them to come in the video, but this one, it's like special, it's crashing the matrix, fulfilling prophecy. This way of thinking, I believe, like when I read this paper today, man, I got really, really low. I even end up called, the mental, the person who was assigned to me, that their number saved in my phone, but they didn't pick up, because I just thought, what, after seeing all of these about psychosis, psychotic or psychosis, where they diagnosed me with, I read, I went on Google and I just started reading lots about, how this does affect a lot of people and how much people die from it over a year time. So I just thought maybe I need to, get some help from them and stop, being like how I'm being, because I reached to a level where, I was so poor that I thought I need to, get rid of myself before them do, because I just thought if they catch me, they're gonna torture me and, torture me for years, and there's a lot of negative stuff coming, understand me, but it's for the person who's going through it, is not to give in to the negative, and just think positive, understand me, and it's not easy, because some things you will think that it's right when it's not, you know what I mean? Like at one point I thought I need to run away, because I thought my wife was, dealing with them, with the mental clinic behind my back. And it's just every day non-stop paranoia, I mean, the simplest of a thing move somebody make, you can trigger off your para thoughts, because if you're thinking that you're here to do good and there's gonna be people, negativity gonna try to stop you, then it makes you forever be aware, alert. Like, and for me, I just say, the positive energy God want me to be like that, because I need to be protective of my life, so I can put the message out there, because if if I pass away, then the message won't get to go out. So that's why I video and I save these videos and try to put them up just in case not do me, so I can have the message here same way. So this way of thinking got me to doing good in a sense, because I have an example where I say, enough of this historical scientists, them like Einstein and them great scientists, they had them as mental back in their time, and now they're using their method and their technology. You understand me? So that's how I believe, like, world peace. Maybe you don't see the sense of it now, or you don't understand it now, but it's I just meant to be doing it. I just meant to be putting out this work, and even though it affect me like how it does, it feels like I got no choice, like I have to do this, or else either I'm gonna get a karma from the universe, or you know the authorities are gonna get me and prevent me. So it's either way, it got you off it doing this same way, and I don't want to be misleading the world. I don't want to mislead no one at all. You understand me? That's why I say, no likes, no likes, don't share those celebrity status. That's just one of my terms. We're just doing it for world peace. It's a natural thing, because if I've spoke to lots of people about world peace before I've got to this level, like people, saying this is impossible. Can't get world peace, and but I still, because I didn't take the seed from what they told me, that's why I'm here today doing this video, like putting in the work to make this manifest, to make this prophecy fulfill. You know what I mean? So I believe it just take all of us to be as one, like how we was in the beginning, you know what I mean? To implement this in our school, in our mosque, in our church, in our work, in our home, in our reading books, in our music, all walks of life. World peace should be out there. You understand me? It's so simple. You understand me? Just like how everything else is out there in our face, that's how world peace should be. Because that's how you're gonna change the frequency on the planet to positive, you understand me? But it's not gonna just happen overnight. You just, implement these ideas in our everyday liberty, and it's world peace. When you look on 10, 50, or 100 years down the line, we are a totally different set of human being, because what we taught to the younger generation then, and what we make it the rules and the law. I mean, not saying people gonna get punished or whatever, but we just do the best for humanity. That's what it comes down to: humanity, Mother Earth. You know what I mean? All of the positive energy. So this is what it comes down to. So I have meant to done this video, and I said, because of the fear of, like, let me explain. When I just started to say world peace, I had this court case going on, and I rang up the lawyer and I said, look, I don't know what's going on, but I'm on social media and I'm promoting world peace, telling people that I am God, and I don't know how to control it and stuff like that. And the lawyer, cause I've been sent to see psychiatric nurse, private nurse, and they have said I'm okay. But when I find myself doing that now, I was a bit concerned myself, so, just a little that. Even my doctor, I rang up the doctor and I said to the doctor, this is what's going on with me, and the doctor, said, I'm overconfident, and that would trigger off my fear as well, because the doctor never said he would have called me back, and he didn't call me back. The next thing I know, I was getting phone calls from the mental, you know, people them, so I was like, started to think they're trying to stop me, because, if somebody, you're a doctor, you obviously understand what I'm going through. You told me you're going to call me back. You haven't called me back to discuss how you're going to help. But the next thing I know, I was like receiving phone calls from mental people, and I was like, what's wrong with being overconfident? It depends what you're overconfident about. If I'm overconfident and going on the roof saying, I believe I can fly, then that's a bit over the top, you know what I mean? Even though I believe we got that skill too, but it's not so easy to get there, you know what I mean? Because if I'm dreaming about me flying on a regular basis, then I just, my God, my energy is trying to make me know something. It's just me to have an understanding of what is really going on in the dream, you know? So, yeah, it's just the way of thinking, planet. And, a lot, when you're going through this, people will be trying to help you naturally, and you're just thinking like they're enemy, you understand me? So, because in the manner of how it's been dealt with, like even now, how I've been dealt with the, you know, um, I'd say the healthcare service, it put me in a para state, because it just feels like I'm trying to get stopped, like I said, I've used double number to channel anything I want to find out, or if anything I want to know, like if I'm talking about something or thinking about something, and I look on the time and it's double number, like now it's 4:55, you know, I would say, because anytime I'm talking something positive or doing something positive, and I look on the time, it's doubled. So I use that as a way of knowing that I'm doing the right thing, and then when I get a letter or anything from the medical, it would be the double number and stuff like that, if I got an appointment, it would be like 10:10, or you know what I mean, 13:30. So it makes me feel like, they're trying to come at me, they're trying to stop me, and it might be happening in reality, but it could be all in my head too, you understand me? Because as I said, this way of thinking is not meant to be out, I believe, in our life, if we all know that we can use our brain to create what we want, because this is literally what we're doing, like, if you put it on to rich and poor, because when you believe that, what, I'm poor, I can never achieve a big house, and stuff like that, you keep your brain, you keep yourself down, innit? You're not trying to achieve the big house. You have to think, what, I want a big mansion, and I'm gonna put in the work in order to achieve it, I'm gonna work for it, I'm gonna become a celebrity, sing music, do whatever to get to that level, so to speak, so that's why when I understand that it's possible, I said, I want world peace, and this is what I want, this is the reality when I create, whether for me or for the whole world. This is what I want, you understand me? Because there's loads of video out there where people, confessing of they, you know, manifest what they want. They manifest their house, their car, their luxury, you know what I mean? So I am manifesting world peace, you understand me? And I don't believe it's impossible, you know, so that's why I put it down to the highest level of thinking, you know, the God thinking, you know what I mean? So if there is nothing wrong, you know, like I would say, if I am mental, then like just leave me be, you know what I mean? Don't try and stop me, don't try and, because I'm not harming anyone, I'm not harming myself, you know, so just, you know, leave me to create world peace, you know what I mean? If you think it's so impossible, you know what I mean, just leave me be, you know, because at the end of the day, it's for us to come together and make it possible, because me alone can say world peace and no, everyone else don't agree with it, you know what I mean, but people are waking up worldwide, you know, to the sense of creating a peaceful world, you know. People want peace and love and harmony amongst humanity, you understand? So that's where we're going, and I believe nothing can stop it. It doesn't matter all the distraction or whatever is happening, all the negative energy, you know what I mean? What is to be has to be, you know, world peace prophecy has to fulfill, you understand me? So yeah, you know, this is it, you know what I mean? This is me, you know what I mean, freeing myself as well, you know, a day before I go to sleep at 5 o'clock, 17 o'clock in England time, which is 5 o'clock, and today is the 10th of the 5th, 2022, you know. So I've been suffering of fear of the authority because of all I believe is, I say subliminal message, you know, I got sent, like, you know, give you one example, like, I done an event on my Jimmy TV Facebook where I say 1, 2, 3 unite, you know, and the day after, when they took, you know, the police came and took me to the hospital, because they said I was having a mental crisis, you know what I'm saying? World peace, free my people immediately, or else 10,000, 20,000 years out of volcano, you know, like that kind of threatening behavior, you know what I mean? So I just believe that, you know, I'm not saying I'm gonna bomb up the place or shoot nowhere, I'm just talking out of my imagination, you know what I mean? So I believe I should have been left alone, you know, I believe he should have just, you know, even threaten me then, say, oh, you know what, if you don't calm down, we're going to have to take you down and so on. But none of that was done, you know, I was just taken out straight to the mental place and, you know, diagnosed with this and was told to take medication and stuff like that. And because I had done the concert 1, 2, 3 Unite, and the medication was 1, 2, 3, you know, like, I had to take, it was 3 different packets in it, and it's got number 1 on 1, number 2 on 1, number 3. You could say, oh, it's just, someone just wrote it and explaining, but that's how the paranoia go in it, because I done a program 1, 2, 3 Unite, and then I got the medication 1, 2, 3. I was like, I'm not taking it, it was 1, 2, 3, you know, that, you know what I mean? So it was, you know, it was kind of like that, you know, and loads of other stuff, you know what I mean, but I have done loads of videos about this stuff by now, you know, I just got them, I will share when they're supposed to get shared, but, you know, this, today's video is about crashing the matrix with my mind, with my way of thinking, you understand me, because I have to say this too, you know, even though it seems so horrible in a sense, but when I was going through in my stress level, and getting treated unfairly, because as I say about the negative and the positive, that's what led me here, when I was getting treated unfairly. I believe I used to just cuss, and say, people are so wicked, look how I'm genuinely injured, and they're treating me like, that's how I used to feel. And then on top of that, my kids weren't getting treated. One of my sons, it's a long story, but all of that was affecting me at the same time. And I thought about everyone else around the world and said, if I am going through this, then I know loads of people are going through similar situation, and then you see the news, you see social media with all of the chaos, so I thought about using my mind to crash the world, you understand me, to cause a chaos, to wake up humanity, and I thought about that. I used to be in my kitchen most of the time, just talking about crashing the world, like I want the world to crash. I wanted it so bad, like, because I just felt like if that doesn't happen, then we're not going to get a shift in our mindset. It's like you need a jerk to wake us up, so to speak. And, I thought about it so hard, I wanted it so bad until 2020, before 2020 even come, whatever positivity I believe is guiding me was telling me to stock up, buy up loads of food, fill, I got a, deep freeze, fill up my deep freeze with meat and food, and, make sure I am stocked up, and I never give in, and 2020 came and the pandemic came, you know what I mean, so because of that happened, I was convinced that I use my mind to do it, and I'm still, because I'm still in this mindset, so I still believe I use my mind to do it, even though a lot of people have been affected, but my excuse is that, we have to sacrifice, for the goodness of humanity. It makes whatever happen, it makes we see how unfair, the system is, like it open up our eyes to the real reality what going on around us every day. You know what I mean? And I know enough people going to be disagree with it and so on, but this is just me going through what I'm going through, as well as I'm giving into my psycho way of thinking, so to speak, and it's not to bring more negativity amongst humanity. It's just to bring more positivity amongst humanity. You know what I mean? So that's why I say from the north to the south to the east to the west, world peace is guaranteed, because that's what I want, that's what I believe is going to happen, and that's what I can feel within. You understand me? I even got a term where I say, I was created to come fulfill prophecy. Like I even believe that whoever everyone is waiting on, like I am here, with the topic world peace, and this way of thinking to bring us to the next level, because as I said, people are expecting like supernatural stuff, and it's happening around us every day. We are using our mind to do stuff, to achieve and to create stuff every day. Because all ideas start from our mind, to build the laptop, to build the phone, it starts from our mind, so it create it in your mind, then you bring it into reality. So that's what I'm doing with world peace, you understand me? Create it in your mind and then I bring it into reality. So I said I was going to crash the world, and wake up humanity and then create world peace. So this is what I am doing, understand me? I am creating world peace, and I'm not going to take defeat and believe that it's not possible, you know what I mean? Then if I think it's not possible, then it's not going to be possible, and I have to believe it's possible. And even when I try and I fail, I still go at it again, you know, and it's a never ending process. So when I come back, if I fail in this life, I come back in the next life, you know what I mean? It's you know, cause I believe that the flesh can go on, but the energy live on. So, you know, if I am created for this, you know, there's nothing gonna stop it, you know, it's just gonna do it until we break through. You understand me? So that's why I say if anyone should done harm to me or to anyone who's trying to be peaceful and create a peaceful world, you know what I mean, who's genuine and passionate about it, then in my head I believe you're gonna face every human being, every energy have to come through I and I in the afterlife, in the next realm. You have to see me before you go through the gate. You understand me? And if you fail, you gonna just have to come back and get the job done. You know, because this is what it's all about. We all need to come back to where we was in the beginning. You know what I mean? We was at peace, we was at one, we was at unity, we was at strength, you know what I mean? We was at positivity, you know. So that's where we are going back, and it doesn't matter what happened, no one or nothing can stop the positivity from breakthrough, because it just was meant to be. Anything to be has to be, and me nor you can't stop it. It just was meant to happen. You know what I mean? Because this is why I'm saying I am doing this, and it comes with fear and all of that, but I still have to go through with it, you know. I will leave it alone sometimes and say, oh, you know what, maybe I am overwhelmed and I'm thinking too much, or I'm just mental, you know, and I will try and leave it alone, but it just, come back, it just take you over, so now that I have crashed the matrix, you know what I mean, on the 10th of the 5th, 2022, this been written in history. We not look no hype or no fame or no celebrity status. We just know that this energy was come to do this on the planet. It's a knowing feeling. You understand me? So that's where we are going. You know, that's where, and it just to tell you there's something special happening in the world right now. We just felt like to say that. You know what I mean? There's something really special taking place today, you know what I mean, because, the energy is real, it's a real thing, you know what I mean, it's not no madness or nothing, you know what I mean, it's just that we've been taught to think like this, to think that, this way of thinking is wrong, it's mental, it's not harming no one. We're doing good for the mama earth, we're doing good for humanity. So how could this be mental or wrong? You understand me? So the matrix has crashed. You understand me? The matrix has crashed. You know, it's a breakthrough for humanity. It's world peace until eternity, non-stop. We're not going backwards, we're going forward, going higher to the next level. You understand me? And nothing can stop it, even if this flesh around it. This positivity is in all humanity. You know what I mean? It's just to find it. It's just to find God from within. Find, just to be. If you want to be like how you believe God would be, you say, if you've been taught that when God comes, God is God of peace. God's coming with peace. You know what I mean? So, like, if you believe in our God, then why Why is it impossible for God to be me, to be down here on the planet living amongst man? You understand me? Why is it impossible? And because you've been taught that, someone should come out of the sky and, doing all these supernatural stuff, what we have never seen before. Like, sometimes even that kind of feeling take me over, like, you know what? You are that main energy force, but it's just a slowly awakening for you, like you remembering slowly but surely, because I have said that I have been here before and come back again, you know what I mean? So it's not just me saying it, it's a knowing feeling, like when you're on this spiritual awakening, you just get to answer them, it's just take you over, because you feel it, you get flashbacks of past life, you understand me? This is serious stuff I'm telling you about, you know what I mean? So, anybody wanna say it's mental, I fully understand, because even me sometimes go down back to that level, you know what I mean? But it's, you can't take defeat from the negative energy. I have to just think positive, same way, anything what to benefit humanity, for make we have peace and love and righteousness down here on the planet. I believe, I know and I feel that's where God lie. That's where the positive energy is. And once it take you over, once it's awakening in you, you cannot calm it down back. You know what I mean? It's just, a constant burning fire from within. You know what I mean? It's just a constant burning fire from within. So you have to remember, said the lava, when the lava flowed to the volcano, it stayed there and become the soil of this land, of this planet, Next thing you know, trees start spring up and, river being created and, wildlife. So, everything came from that fire, anyway. So, it's the same thing. It's the fire, it's the energy, you know what I mean? You even got a term where I say, oh sun god, oh ancient sun god, we've been here before, I will come back again. You know what I mean? Promote and create world peace on this planet. And why should I take defeat and believe that I cannot accomplish this on my planet? Because the planet is for all of us, and when you own it up and say it's yours, you care about it, just like how you care about your car and your kids and your house and everything you got in this worldly life. You know what I mean? That's how you're supposed to own the planet, and you will care about what happened down here and what happened to the planet, what negativity is doing to us, and you know what I mean? You just try and wipe out them and pump the positivity to take over, Like, you can speak about this all day long, you know what I mean? But this is it, I'm ending the video here, my people, because the matrix has been crashed, you know what I mean? This way of thinking, I could have take defeat and just thought about this is just a mental way of looking into life, and I'm not gonna give in to this, but I don't. I just say crash the matrix and done, even if it look like a madness, I don't care, because I know it's not, you know what I mean? It's just a higher frequency, higher a God way of thinking and looking into life. So my people, love life and live, create world peace. We all have to do this together. You understand me? That's what it takes, that oneness, that unity, that strength and that power of our mind to think and want the same thing. You understand me? But you see, we're not wanting the same thing at the moment. We want that and that and this religion and that religion. We all need to want world peace, and that's where we are going. That's where we are going, planet Earth. That's where we are going. So, we love them. We love them. This is love. That's why I'm doing videos like these, because it's the love for humanity. It's the love for the planet. You understand me? And, you know, to see a person like me come out and not be like this, you know, it's Jumit. It goes back down to Jumit. You understand me? Join us, managing, intelligent teaching. You know? So it's Jumit all the way. World peace, everything positive, everything good. We can accomplish it. Just believe and know. And it's a knowing feeling. You know, you have to want it, just like how you want to work and get pay and achieve stuff. That's how you have to want world peace. You know, it has to be genuine. You understand me? It has to be genuine, you know, spiritual awakening. You have to want it. You understand me? You have to want the peace and the love and the righteousness. It's not no fake. You know what I mean? You have to really, from the bottom of your heart, want, you know, when you even cry tears for the planet. Genuine passion, genuine emotion. You know what I mean? When you see people, when you see upon news and you see wickedness are going worldwide, it should supposed to affect you. You know what I mean? It's supposed to affect you because we are one. We are oneness. We are from creation. We are God Himself. You understand me? So that's why negativity should bother you and make you feel uncomfortable. So it should wake you up to positivity. And no say, you know what I mean, I like how the planet I run, I like how, you know, negative and all this drama and chaos are going. You know, you should feel uncomfortable. You understand me? So it push you to wake up to reality. But this is reality. World peace. World peace. You never get defeated. The matrix crash. Love on the planet Earth. Every day, non-stop. Until eternity. You understand me? World peace until eternity. Nothing. Nothing at all can stop world peace. Nothing. You understand me? Nothing can